Collective, it's Anne Marie. Happy Wacky Wednesday. Happy What It Do Wednesday. I hope all of you are having a great week. It's been raining here. However, there's a little bit of break in the weather, so I figured let's go to the park, pull some cards, see what kind of messages we can get from the Record Cosmic Oracle. Thank you to the fire, air, water, earth, spirit. Thank you, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, Source, Spirit, my high vibrating ancestors. Let's get some messages of clarity for those who would like it, please. Okay. All these cards in this deck, huh? Okay. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Okay. Okay, so take control. In a relationship or situation, your passive stance has caused you to miss opportunities that should have been yours. Now is the moment to take charge, step forward, and claim what is rightfully yours. It's time to claim what's rightfully yours. Direction. In reality, a compass isn't always stable. It gets distorted by external factors. Forces. Sorry. Your heart may also waver with the environment, but true resilience lies in finding strength to move forward even in uncertainty. This has been a little common theme here. Bottom of the deck, we have honor yourself. So Spirit is saying it's like, it's time for you to take control of your life or in this situation, right? You may have always lived your life just a certain way or always found yourself in certain situations or just repeating certain cycles and patterns or behaviors that no longer serve you. For some of you, take what resonates and leave the rest. These are collective messages. It's time to take a deeper look at and see how you're contributing to your own patterns in your own life. Not all of you, but some of you are still blaming external forces while you're in the situation you're in. Not to say and not to minimize the wrongdoings of others or how society is set up or those type of things. However, there comes a point we have to take control of our life and say, you know what? I need to take responsibility for the position I'm in. I need to take responsibility for A, B, C, or D, right? And to realize that sometimes outlying circumstances, outlying energies around us will direct us the wrong way on purpose. Like this compass card says, though, even, the compass isn't always right. It can be distorted, right? What is your soul and spirit telling you in this situation, how to move, which direction to move? Because Spirit is saying is that a lot of this is you not honoring yourself and honoring what you really want, what your soul and spirit is telling you need to do. Your ancestor, spirit guides, whatever it is that you believe in, the signs and synchronicities are there for you to start moving in different ways. However, it's like you're reliant on this compass, which this compass could be old beliefs, old patterns, how you were conditioned to believe about situations or how to move, in certain directions. And the compass is possibly off. It's not always stable. And it's because of external forces around you that may make you feel and believe that you don't have control of your life, that you don't have control and to change the situation or to stop living your life a certain way. Does it happen overnight? No, it's a process. However, I always say it's about having this honest conversation with yourself. You know what? How have I contributed to this situation? What ways was I conditioned, or what is society or my family or the friend group or the way I was raised or this community group that I've been in that has been, kind of like leading me in the wrong direction based on old beliefs, right? Old patterns, old ways of thinking, old ways of being, right? We're forward moving in our lives. So that means we need to open and expand our mind to different ways to navigate and move through things, right? Even sometimes you may look at your compass and says, this is facing east, but your intuition is like, you know what? I'm feeling this is more like northeast, or I feel like this is more this way. I really don't think that this is the way I need to go in this situation. But because the external forces around you are saying, nope, this is east, this is east, this is east, this is the way to go. This is the path. In order to achieve this in life, or in order to get this in your life, in order to manifest this in your life, you have to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Spirit is saying it's time for you to really tear down and burn down those lines that are keeping you placed in a box, that is making you believe that you have no control over your own life. Again, is it easy? No, but part of this is the card on the bottom of the deck is honoring yourself. And it's like, it's truly honoring what your soul and spirit is guiding you to do. Let's say you've always worked in a certain field. This is a certain way you've always made money. Okay? And I get this because when I was trying to leave social work, I was like, this is too toxic for me. Like, there has to be a better way, but I need to make money. I was stuck in that financial scarcity mindset because what the hell is going on here at the park? Sorry. You hear that little siren in the background there. So I always had this financial scarcity mindset. Well, I have to work. How am I going to pay rent? How am I going to pay these bills? How am I going to do this? I won't have enough money for this. Da, 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 da. We're putting the energy out of that, right? The fear, the scarcity mindset. It took a lot of trial and error to finally break out of that. And then my manifestations came in where I really wanted and continue to do so. So it's really, and there's no formula to do this. For each person it's different because it's all about what your soul and spirit is telling you. But it's looking at the example using the financial scarcity mindsets, or the way, I can't tell you how many times people have told me how hard it is to leave, in a sense, the 3D world to do spiritual work. Like, you have to do one or the other. You can't have your feet in both sides. That's not true at all. And even though everybody in the community I was around kept telling me that, like, it's really hard to make money on this end once you're used to doing this. And I believed that for so long because my family told me that. The society told me that. Everything I was around told me that. But inside here, my soul and my spirit was like, it wasn't resonating. I was like, no, I don't know how it's going to work for me, but I know what I'm hearing around me is limited beliefs and limited thinking. And it was the energies around me that was keeping me stuck in these mindsets, just because they didn't find their own way of doing it, right? They wanted to project what I couldn't do. And here I've done it in a small form by bringing my spiritual stuff to the work I do every day. Is it exactly how I envisioned it? No, but it's still a process. It's breaking out of that mindset that, you have no control of your life, and you can manifest the exact life you want. Now, if you're like, oh, I want to be a millionaire and have yachts and all that, you're not leading with an open heart, with good intentions, So it's like, when your intentions are pure, spirit, your ancestors will align things for you. Once you show spirit that you're ready to take control of your life and make the changes. A lot of times it is walking away from a hard job. A lot of times it is releasing the shiny things that no longer are meant for us. And people who had an awakening, you understand when you lose like everything over and over again, there's a purpose for it. There's a purpose for shit to burn down so you can build your own foundation. The Spirit is saying, listen, honor all the work you've done. Honor how far you've come so far. But to take control back, I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold these cards to the wind. To take control of your life and really challenge yourself. What are the limiting beliefs I have about myself regarding this situation, this pattern, or how I see my life? Like, what is the limiting beliefs that I have? And if you don't know what they are, ask yourself what a certain belief is. Does that limit me? You only, people, you have to work 40 hours a week in order to be successful. I'm just using something simple. That's what society says. You have to work 40 hours a week and do this and do that, right? That's a limiting belief. Okay? But it's all about what resonates with your soul and spirit, okay? That's just an example. I was trying to give, when I look back at my videos, I'm like, oh, I could have used that example better. I want to truly explain it, because I know for some people who are just starting on this path or trying to break these mindsets, it's a real foggy area. So it's asking yourself the hard questions. What has society told me? What is my family, my community? What areas around my compass are kind of broke that are telling me that these certain things aren't possible?